Welcome to the Actors Side. Today, it's Michael Shannon. Very excited to talk to you, Michael.
Thanks,
and
Pete.
my God, you know, I looked at this is from Wikipedia right here. It's all your credits, and I'm just counting 2016. 10 movie credits according to Wikipedia, which is pretty astounding. Yeah, so it's most of them there, and at the top.
Well, Batman versus Superman, I'm not really in that. I mean, I never went to that set, ever.
Oh, you didn't?
The only thing that ever happened is Zach asked me to come in and do some ADR for some creepy lines that Zod's ghost might be saying to Lex Luthor. That was it. Wolves, oh, wolves. I like that one. Oh, Poor Boy. That's interesting. Elvis and Nixon, Loving, Salt and Fire. Salt and Fire is technically not coming out till next year.
It's a lot of movies, and The Complete Unknown, which is actually on this page. They had to
Complete
continue.
Unknown.
Yeah.
Everybody's been hammering away at that movie.
Yeah, that was that Rachel Weisz or?
Me and Rachel, yeah. I like that movie, but I don't know, whatever. So yeah, it's a busy year.
It is.
For people that like to watch my movies.
Oh.
Not for me though. I don't have to do anything. They just put them out. And all I have to do is, well, I guess I have to promote them. But,
Yeah, but it looks like you work all the time now. You know, whenever you want to make a movie, you know, everybody's clamoring to have Michael Shannon in it.
I've been working a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to slow down.
Are you? Yeah.
But at least this year I'm not having too much success. But I'm working on it.
What sparked this whole acting career for you? Because I know you you weren't born in Illinois, but you grew up around there. You went to New Trier and different places there. And
yeah, well, I guess, you know, when I started doing it, I wasn't even thinking about a career. I was in Chicago. I was doing non-equity, non-union theater for free, basically, with very small audiences, sometimes hardly anybody. But I just loved doing it. I didn't really care. I wasn't ambitious. I wasn't thinking about, oh, someday I got to move to LA and make some money or something. I mean, it wasn't like it fell into my lap, but I wasn't really pursuing it.
yeah.
But then I did some theater that was very successful, and it took me out of Chicago. I went to London and did some theater there, and I went to New York, and when I was in New York, I met a fella named Lee Daniels. At the time, he was a manager before he was a producer and a director, and he took me under his wing and told me to come out here. And I said, I'm not really interested. And he said, no, I'll take care of you. You know, don't be scared. Because this is a very scary place for a person that isn't established. You know, so yeah. But he was a great manager.
Is it important to do stage work? You know, some people come out here, you talk about LA really scary, they get a TV series right away, and they don't have that background, they don't have that substance. And the most successful actors I talk to, they all have something in common, a lot of theater credits, and you know, and the desire to go back and forth. We did one recently here with Andrew Garfield, who gave up very lucrative things to do to go to New York and do Death of a Salesman. And,
Oh, yeah.
And he was encouraged not to do that, to take movie work, and he said, no, I can't turn this down. And
He made the right decision.
He made the
I
right
saw
decision.
that production.
Yeah. But it seems like, you know, that's, you know, nobody can tell you not to act on stage, you know. In a movie, you don't have quite the control.
Yeah, it's not really easy to tell me to do anything. I'm not. Although I am actually, that's not true. I'm very, in terms of my directors, I'm always very interested in making them, if not happy, just helping them to fulfill their vision.
Yeah. Let me ask you about one of your directors right now. This movie I saw at its premiere in Toronto Film Festival very early in the morning. It was like 8:30 or 9 o'clock when I saw it. And it played great, actually, and I've seen it since again. But Tom Ford, most people, he made one other movie, great movie, Single Man, but most people would not have thought of him as a really terrific film director. Where did that come from? He's known for fashion. What was it like working?
I think it's his love for it, I mean, the guy loves cinema. The stories he's told, they mean a lot to him. Like, this movie means a lot to him. And he has a tremendous amount of respect for the people that he's working with. He knows that we have more, I don't know, experience or time in the profession, in the film world, and he wants us to help him and contribute. But he also has a very specific vision. The visual is very important, even with someone like Bobby, who's not like a fashionista, but still he does have a certain look. There's no doubt about it that Bobby is somebody who would look a certain way, and Tom has that in his mind very clearly. But when it comes down to actually doing the scenes and doing the work, he told me at a certain point, he's like, you know this guy better than I do, so just let it rip.
And I'm curious about that too, because watching your performance here, which is so entertaining, so damn entertaining to watch this guy and what he does, and the cigarettes and his whole backstory and what he's going through, and just that kind of cat and mouse game that he plays. You never know quite what's going on in his head, but you want to. It's a fascinating character, and you've done so many of them, but this one, I don't know, man. Tell me about it, because you're playing a fictional character within a piece of fiction, which is sort of...
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, ultimately, Bobby's a symbol. I think he represents something we all wish we had, which is the capacity, the ability to, take care of ourselves, defend ourselves. He's come to that place in a very hard way. He's had a hard life, I imagine. He spent years working the beat in this god-awful part of the world where I'm sure he runs into lunatics all the time. And it's very hard to surprise him, and just when he's about to let go and give up, he runs into Tony, and this initial impulse that he had is reinvigorated. The reason he became a cop in the first place, to try and take care of people.
I wanted to ask you about, how much I loved through its whole little journey to get to the screen finally, 99 Homes, which is, for me, maybe the most phenomenal thing you've done on screen.
Oh, thanks, Pete. Yeah, you were very supportive of it last year, I remember.
And boy, when we just went through this whole campaign and this whole season, and you see somebody like Donald Trump, now the president-elect, talk about it's good business to take homes away from people. This is a movie about where your character does that. Do you feel guilty about that?
Well, no, I don't feel guilty about it. It's not Rick Carver's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the mistake people make time and time again, is they get mad at Rick Carver. Yeah. It's not his fault. He didn't do it.
Right. No, the system is there for him.
The system isn't there for him. He's there for the system. Yeah. He's a lackey. Mm-hmm. He doesn't run anything. He doesn't control anything. He doesn't make any decisions. He just tells people that they don't own their house anymore. Yeah. And they don't. Right. Yeah. That's all he does. At the end of 99 Homes, he puts together a pretty elaborate scheme to try and make a lot of money, and really starts doing some dubious stuff. But up until that point in the movie, I don't really have a problem with Rick Carver. It's not him.
That's interesting to me. For all these characters you play, do you have to find a point of empathy with them for you to be able to get into that character and make them three-dimensional?
No, I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is be honest and look at the truth and try and capitalize on the truth. And that's the truth. You know, but I don't, look, I mean, I naturally have empathy for people. It's very hard to be a person, particularly in this day and age. It's just hard.
So no roles are off limits for you in the types of things you do. You work in independent film a lot, you know, some big studio things here and there, but it seems like you're drawn to these more adventurous.
Well, good writing, you know. I mean, the writing's got to be good. I don't want to be doing dumb stuff that we've seen 100 times before, you know. I look for stuff that, you know, I mean, something like Nocturnal Animals, you know, regardless of what you think of it, I've never seen a movie like Nocturnal Animals. And that's what turns me on, is doing stuff that I think is unique, you know. It hasn't already happened 5 bazillion times before.
Well, your body of work so far is one to be proud of, and
Thanks, Pete.
And you know, with all of these 10 movies, even the one you weren't in, they're worth seeing. Thank you, Michael Shannon, for coming in today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.